The following TBT interview with Rob Sharpe was pre-recorded on the 21st of June 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TBT Interviews. I'm Matt Burns, and on tonight's show we've got Rob Sharpe, who I will say, always a pleasure seeing you.
Oh, good evening, Matt. How are you, mate? You all right?
I'm not too bad at all. I can also say I've been looking forward to this interview.
Oh, good stuff.
Because I've been actually quite a bit of a fan and followed some of your work and whatnot. Because, you know, from your early days to your tag team wrestling, even loved the Filthy Gorgeous tag team.
Yes, mate. Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, mate.
And you know, and with your tag team partner, I will say Kyle, you know, we're absolutely fantastic tag team partner there as well.
Oh, mate. Yeah, he's absolutely tremendous. I mean, you know, not many people probably know the age difference between me and Carl. Like, he's probably I'm not going to give away too much, but he's a lot younger than me. A lot younger. So the guy's got so much potential for the future, and he's already so good now. That's the thing. Like, he started the same time as me. Like, he was my second ever match as a singles wrestler. Like, I actually wrestled him at my training school for my second match. And so we started in it together, you know, pretty much. And to know that he's got so much more of a longer career probably in it than what I've got, it's quite good to see. Because I know he's got so much potential to go a long, long way. Because if he's doing so well at such a short time and a young age, that's only good thing. That's only going to be good things in the future, in my opinion, anyway.
But then again, you're not doing too bad yourself, you know, because straight away, I could, you know, with your debuting in December 2014, you've worked for...
15.
Was it 15?
15. Yeah, you reminded me of that one. I'm on the board now, you see. You reminded me December 2000. Was it 15 or 14?
No, 14.
14. Oh, you got me there. You were folding me false information facts before this interview.
I never said
to all
a
the
word.
fans out there, he did. He was doing a Michael Cole and feeding me false information there. Don't feed me that falsy.
I will say this. You have gotten just by naming some of the promotions that you've wrestled for: Full House Wrestling, House of Pain Wrestling, Hope, Knockout Wrestling, LCW, LDN Wrestling. The list goes on, and you know,
Future Shock in the past. Obviously, that was way in the past. That was in my first year. Obviously, Fight Nation, which is where I'm getting a lot of work now. There's RCWA where I'm wrestling this Saturday. I've got Kip Sabian this weekend. I think we are the main event on Saturday, which will be good fun. So there's loads of
show to watch.
Yeah, there's some good things going on in a minute, and all the promotions that I've worked for or have worked for have always been great to me, and it's just been ace, getting to work for a lot in such a short amount of time, really.
Well, whenever I've watched your work, I've seen you play, you know, being a villain, being a goodie and everything, and I've always enjoyed your work.
Yeah, have you seen me do both?
I've seen you do both.
Yeah, cool. Because obviously, at SWA and Pro Wrestling for You, SWA I'm a villain there, but Pro Wrestling for You, I've just literally turned babyface last a couple of Fridays ago.
Yeah.
So obviously, they're two of the promotions that I really enjoy working for. Especially Pro Wrestling for You, I've worked for them since I very first started. I think it was pretty much. So I think I've 2 years there of just losses. I love working there, but my God, it's fun. It really is.
It is. Well, if you think about it, it's Phil.
Basically, yeah. Phil is the reason. That guy comes up to me with certain ideas, and I'm thinking to myself, Phil, this is not a good idea. And then he just does it in that stoic. Oh, just trust me, Rob. And I'm like, oh, go on then, Phil. I'll leave it to you. And then literally, there's been decisions where I've gone out and I'm like, I'm coming out of a bear. I'm coming out to a Electric Six Gay Bar remix without the lyrics. I didn't even catch on to what it was until I got out the curtain and I just went, oh yes, that's
what that Luke was.
Yeah, that's that song, Gay Bar. Thanks, Phil. You legend.
I
And a
can
roll
honestly,
of it. Never
I've got plenty of
like.
stories with Phil myself.
Oh man, that guy is an utter legend. Like, he's something special, this Phil.
Definitely. Ask him about his bulletproof suit.
His bulletproof suit. Oh
Yeah.
my, I can only dread to think.
No,
Like,
no. He somehow got this one suit.
yeah,
He'd been literally beaten up, body slammed, everything. He somehow come out without a mark on it.
right,
Gets a brand new suit. Proper
yeah.
pays out. First show, rip.
Oh my days, that doesn't surprise me. I bet it was like around his ass as well.
Oh no, I can't remember where it was, but I just know it was just. I got to go back to that suit.
Bless him.
Honestly,
Oh, that definitely
it's
sounds like Phil.
it is. Well, the funny thing about it is, when Phil originally started, he was initially going to train into wrestling to be a wrestler.
Yeah,
Initially,
that. I mean, I do see him don his little panties every now and then online, and I just think, oh my days, Phil. Oh my days.
you think that was bad? You didn't see the training ones.
Oh my, oh.
That one had a tail.
Yeah, that probably quite suits him, to be honest. Like, I can imagine that looking quite fetching on Phil.
Oh,
Like,
it had us all in stitches.
yeah, that's the thing with Phil. Like, no matter what, he'll always make you have a laugh, no matter what.
Definitely, definitely. And every time I've always seen you, you're always you're always playing an absolute brilliant character. Even when you're playing the villain, you're always able to get the laughs.
Yeah, I like to think I can entertain the crowd even when I'm the bad guy, if that makes sense.
Mm,
Like, like I'm not bothered about people, and it's not necessarily I want them laughing with me. I want you to laugh at me.
yeah,
Like, and I don't know, like, a lot of people nowadays seem to be, when they play the heel character, they don't want to be laughed at kind of thing. They want to be like the cool kind of badass kind of guy. And to me, that's not what a bad guy does. Like, a bad guy is a bad guy. He's an
correct.
ass. You can laugh at him. Like, you don't want to be the bad guy. Like, when do you ever want to be the bad guy? You shouldn't want to. That's my
Yeah,
view on things anyway. So I always try when I'm the heel just to entertain you and make you laugh at me. And basically I want you to see me get beaten up by the other guy in the ring.
yeah,
And
and
having,
the magic I've seen you do, where I've literally seen you, so where you get in the crowd, get behind, the heroes and everything, and proper hating you and everything as well at the same time. But
yeah,
what?
I like to think I can change. You know what I mean? Like, it's all like laugh at me maybe at the start, and I
Yeah,
might get a few giggles or whatever in the middle of the match. But I
hmm
like to think there's a point in the match where I'll literally start beating the crap out of someone, and you will then start to hate me. Like, it then just becomes more than the whole Sharpe thing, and just like, oh, it's like, no, you
yeah.
want to see this guy kick my ass now because you're sick and tired of him. You know
It's
what I mean?
yeah. It's like we've had our fun now. Now it's time to get serious.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
It's like, like people can laugh at me, but at some point in that match, I will turn the tide and kick someone's ass for a bit. But
definitely.
knowing me, I'll probably get too cocky because you've been taking the mick or laughing at me too much, and then I'll probably end up getting my ass beat. That's normally the way it goes, anyway.
Well, one thing I will say is you know, your wrestling training that you had from the early start. I will say, absolutely brilliant trainers that you had from the get go. You
Yeah,
know,
like the very best. I thought, like, as in Sticks and Joe, like Connors, like two of the
definitely.
very best. Obviously, Joe's gone into the next level, so to speak, being in WWE UK, and
Yep.
then obviously from the normal tuition classes that we had at the school, because there was already enough of it as it is. It was like one every day pretty much, sometimes two a day. But then there was also Yukin, who like pretty much was like my third trainer, like away from just the scheduled classes and stuff like that, like extra training, extracurricular activity to do with
Yeah.
wrestling. So like he was, because he went to Japan, I wanted to learn all the drills, conditioning, stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, that's where I want to go to one day, is to go to Japan, is to wrestle there. Because that's where I've always liked that style of wrestling. You might not know, you might not think it from the way my character wrestles at the moment. I don't know.
The difference is you always adapt to the style.
I like to think I can adapt to whatever place I'm on the card. I can adapt my match. So if I'm on first or whether I'm on last, I think I can always live up to what that match should be. Especially to the fans, I always feel I have to give the performance for what the fans should be expecting.
Make sure
so if they're expecting a main event performance, they'll get a main event performance from me, even in that character. I think now, being able to practice and, refine my character, I'm now able to do, most of those matches on the card. That's something that I kind of take pride in trying to keep on learning as well, is just keep learning how to slot into a card and what, just deliver the match that you should be delivering.
And that's the thing with wrestling, you're always learning, no matter what, always.
Oh, yeah, constantly, just all the time, every day, learning, trying to improve. That's the key, always progressing. I'm so glad to have Drew Parker, just recently moved literally round the corner from me, because it means we've been training partners at the gym, we've both been working our asses off, pushing each other, and even as the character-wise, as to the future, as to where his character is going to go, as to where my character is going to go. We've been very creative with that. We've been filming promos for it and stuff, ready to go. So we're prepared, ready to do it all. And it's just been ace to have that partner around, just to get the best out of each other and keep progressing and just motivate each other. Because that's what it's about,
It is, and that it is. It's always fantastic hearing that, because you got somebody who's able to push you to your limits, and you're able to push them to the limits. So then you can keep progressing further and further, which is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that is the key. As long as if I'm progressing each day, I'm happy. And I'll keep busting my arse off until I get to where I want to be. And I'm loving how things are now, because it's great, and I'm getting to be a pro wrestler, and I'm living my dream. But the dream is far from accomplished yet. You know what I mean? Japan is still the goal, and once I get there, then things will start. Then there's still more goals. Exactly. It's just hitting one goal at a time.
Exactly. And here's the thing: a lot of people, whenever we ask the infamous question, "Where do you want to see you in 5 years' time or 10 years' time?" They always try and aim for the end, where they want to see themselves at the end of the journey. I always appreciate seeing the building blocks to get to there.
I think, any wrestling fan kind of does. Even myself, it's always good to see and follow someone, especially if they manage to get somewhere. It's cool just to see people I've been around, whether it be through refereeing shows in the past, or wrestling on shows with them, or actually wrestling them, and they've then gone to the WWE, or they've gone on to bigger things in Japan. It's just cool to see, that dreams are achievable, and you can keep working hard, and probably you'll get there. Just keep going and going and going, and keep working hard, and hard work pays off.
And it does, and I've actually seen that through a colleague who I've been on the same show as, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bates, and everything. Oh, yeah. I've seen them, and it's amazing how far they've come.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, Pete's always been amazing. I've known Pete since I started in wrestling. I've got to know him better, the past, year or two.
Yeah.
And yeah, because obviously I do the massage, work as well for the wrestlers and stuff. So obviously, Pete's one of my clients with that. Mm-hmm. And getting to know Pete, he hasn't changed at all. That's the best thing with Pete. Personality-wise, out of the ring, he's exactly the same. He's so grounded. Same with Tyler.
Humble.
Stuff humble. They're two very well brought up young lads.
Definitely.
When it comes to in the ring, oh my days, they are something. They're just phenomenal. They're just two phenomenal athletes who deserve all the success they're getting. And long may it continue.
Oh, definitely. I can also say I highly doubt anybody would disagree with you there. But anyway, I've got some questions for you. Like for example, with your wrestling style that you have, who inspired you to adapt your wrestling style? Did anybody inspire you?
I mean, my style is very much. Well, what would be my style? I'd say it's power based to start, quite strikey. So I guess the strikey bits are more the Japanese side of wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I do like to do my running sometimes, only sometimes.
Yeah.
But when I do, it's more, you know, that Japanese influence of like, I'm going to run and take your head off kind of strikes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like if you're going to hit someone, hit them. Like, and there's no point like doing like, you know, I don't want to. To me, The Rock wasn't like an influence like when I was growing. Well, he was, but like not to my style. Like, you know, I didn't go, oh, I want to throw my punches like Rocky Maivia or like The Rock.
Yeah.
Like they're cool, but they're his. Like, you know, but like Triple H was someone I looked at who was like, okay, his in-ring work is phenomenal. Like always has been, in my opinion. Apart from maybe his WCW, but he's still green then. Everyone's green. Like, he was still good though. Like, he was still on TV, still making money, you know. But like, like when he was the IC champ, that run around that time, his stuff then was phenomenal. Like, he just makes everything mean something, and to me, that's important. Yeah. So he's definitely an influence. He's old Triple H. Asian Street character-wise, 100%. British, and obviously real men wear pink.
Yep.
And then little influences, like, I guess you could say, like, other wrestlers from, like, watching my stuff and maybe said, maybe try this or do this. Like, they've helped me over time. But, like from a style-wise, like, I don't know. I just kind of found what suited me and kind of went with that. So it was old school kind of bad guys as well. Like, like, the bad guys I love are, like, late 80s, early 90s bad guys. So, like, Jake the Snake, like, that's where I do get my DDT inspiration from, was Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Rick Rude, again, another late 80s kind of WWE kind of legend. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Again,
in the
character influence, like with the flamboyancy and stuff like that. I try and go for my character. He was definitely a big influence in that, because all I can remember of him growing up was him against the Ultimate Warrior, and he made the Ultimate Warrior. Like, I was a Warrior guy more than a Hogan guy growing up. I could definitely sort of say that, just because, like, the Warrior was just, like, so running. Like, and his music was more, like, kick-ass. Like, don't get me wrong, Hogan's gets me fired up in the gym, but, like, there was just something as a kid about seeing the Ultimate Warrior. You didn't know it was blowing out of his arse when he got there as a kid. You just saw some cool-ass big dude running like hell down that ring ready for a fight. And that was cool. And then he was ready for a fight. He nearly broke the ring on his entrance. Like, granted, we all know now he was blowing and nearly dying from doing that, but it looked cool as hell. So that, as a kid, made me go, "What the hell is this?" And then he just went in there and beat the guy up for, like, in 2 minutes. Job done. Thank you. I'm out of it. And running again. Like, that to me was cool. But when he wrestled Rick Rude, I think it was like SummerSlam '89. Like, it made me go, man, the Ultimate Warrior is really good, like, as a kid. But, like, now looking, but as I got older, it made me go, man, Rick Rude was really good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even then he was good as a kid. Like, I thought, this guy is a good wrestler. But the Ultimate Warrior, I want to see you beat him up because he's an ass. Do you know what I mean? Like, he still was a good wrestler. I could still see that as a kid, because at the end of the day, you're going to see a good wrestler. A good wrestler's a good wrestler. But what he was also a perfect, you know, up his own arse heel. Look at me. It's like, as soon as he started doing the hip thrust thing, it was like, man, I just want to see the Ultimate Warrior knock your head off now. Like, but then he'd do some, you know what I mean? Like, it was that kind of thing. As a kid, you still sort of appreciated, you know, Rick Rude. It was like, you love to boo him.
And
you know what I mean?
It's weird, because what's so weird is when you're a kid, you cheer your heroes and everything. And then later in life, when you look back, you suddenly realise, you look back at it, and revisit it, and see it from another's perspective as well.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like, when you look back at things, like, obviously when you're older, and like, especially if you get into being a wrestler, like, you look at things completely differently. But definitely. Like, I always think, like, you know, he still did what he made himself noticed to me as a child, like the Rick Rude, but he did it the right way. He did it by being hated. I wanted to boo the guy, but I also
Exactly.
knew he was very good at the wrestling. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
but the way I saw it as a kid was as well, Ultimate Warrior is better than you at wrestling, and he is much cooler than you. You know,
Correct.
like, and I think that was the best bit about that kind of era before certain
Yeah.
things were broken and stuff. Like, even now to a kid, like, that's why I think I like doing, I definitely enjoyed doing them shows more at the start of my career.
Hmm.
Like, and even now, like, it's the family, kids are like, if I can get a kid into wrestling by watching me, then to me, that is cool as hell. Like,
Definitely.
do you know what I mean? Like, because that is the coolest thing to do, because that's when I got hooked, was around 5, 6 years old.
Mm.
Yeah, so if I can get a kid into wrestling who's like 5 or 6 years old, then winner. That, because then it's the cycle keeps going. Do you know
And
what I
that,
mean? Like,
yeah,
and it's
the cycle's always going.
yeah, because I'm not being funny. Everybody loves wrestling. Like, everyone does. Like, even they always come out the woodwork. Like, when you start saying you're a wrestler or you've asked someone about wrestling, it might be hesitant at first, but then eventually you'll be like, oh yeah, I used to watch it, and
Yeah.
I can remember The Rock. You know what I mean? Like, everyone did until it became uncool for you to watch it or whatever. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just entertainment that's fun. How can you not like it?
It's pure and simple.
Yeah, definitely. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's why, going back to my character, I really do enjoy being the bad guy for that, because it can make them hate me and enjoy wrestling, and also hopefully like the other guy that I'm wrestling a hell of a lot more, and
Yeah.
also like wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. So,
Yeah.
one thing I will say is, with you travelling up and down the roads and everything, and everything, I'm pretty sure you got some funny stories.
Oh my days! Like, yeah, there's been a lot of fun times on the road. Like, the amount of miles, because like that's how I got a lot of bookings, was like I could drive. So
Yeah.
I always drive. Like, ask any wrestlers that travel on the road with me. It's always Rob's driving. Like, because I'm just a trooper. Like,
I
when it
can
comes to
relate
it,
to
I
that.
love it.
I can
I
relate to
just,
that.
it's just, I like driving. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
But there was one time fairly recently for Fight Nation, and it involved the drunk guy, and there was me, Joseph Connors,
Yeah.
Chris Ridgway, Chris
Hmm.
Brooks, and Ryan Smile. Ryan, the day before, I busted my chin open and left me with 7 stitches. Bless him.
Ooh.
These things happen. And then, yeah, we did a tag match on the Saturday in Eastbourne, and we stayed in Eastbourne the Friday night and the Saturday night, ready for Weymouth on the Sunday.
Yeah.
So we got back to the hotel Saturday night, and getting out of the car, some drunk guy walks past, starts slowing abuse at the car. So I was like, oh, go away. And he kept going and going. And I was like, look, mate, just go away now. And then, like, I had Chris behind me, Ridgway, and Joe. The other were on the steps, just wanting to, because we just wanted to go inside to the hotel.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't want any trouble. Like, just leave us alone, pal. And then he kept going on, I'm going to get my mates down here and all this. And it's like, oh. And the first instinct thing for me to do was for me to grab my gimmick whip from out of the boot of my car, and then proceed to tell him, if you don't go away now, I'm going to spank your bottom in the middle of the street. And he just looked at me kind of like, am I actually that drunk? Because some guy right now with 2 guys behind him has got a whip and he's threatening to spank my bum. So he kind of then said he was going to get all his mates and stuff. And we were just, and all the lads were just like, Rob, just leave it, he's drunk. And I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, we'll go in. And he kept going on. I went, look, just clear off, pal. Like, literally, otherwise I will spank your bottom to your friends at the pub. Then he'll be embarrassed. Now go away.
Oh.
And like, yeah, just like, oh, yeah, that was one of the funny times. And then, there's quite a few I could probably go, but I could probably also get in trouble for. Like, there was one time recently, actually, that was quite scary.
Go on.
I was with Kid Lycos.
Yeah.
We were in the car coming back from a show, and I wasn't driving. This is the one time I wasn't driving, right? This is what happens. Yeah, and this is the worst. The worst. I wasn't driving. Like, Lycos is behind me. I'm in the front. And a guy called Rob, he was driving. So hotshot Joey Scott. He wasn't being a hotshot in that steering, behind that wheel that day, I tell you. Right. I was paying no attention, and this guy behind us kept like getting up Rob's arse. So I was like, okay, just chill out, because I could see Rob getting irritated. That's when I paid attention. Then I looked round, and it's like, what's this guy doing? So like he overtook us and then slammed his brakes on. So like I was like to Rob, flash your lights at him. He's being an ass. So he did. This guy pulled over, and like I was like, oh goodness gracious, what's he want? Like, so Rob slowed down. I said, well, you all right, mate? He just started shouting at me. So I was just like, oh, Rob, just go, mate. Let's just get going. And as we went, I decided to flick him the bird. Anyway, yeah, next thing you know, Matt Hall, the cameraman, he's in the back as well.
Yeah.
He just goes, Rob, that guy is going the wrong way around the roundabout. I looked at this guy start to go round us and then round the roundabout the wrong way. So I was going to Rob, don't stop the car. He's not going to crash into us. What does Rob? He stops the car. So I was like, oh no, this is bad. My window's down. Next thing you know, I have this car pull up right next to me, and then he just starts chatting off loads of stuff. I couldn't really understand him. He kept saying a lot of like rhyming words. It sounded like, you know what it's like, what the kids say, like peng and probably not peng or whatever, but like along those lines of just loads of garbage coming out.
Yeah.
But whilst he was saying it, I then realised, what am I looking at? And then realised I was looking down the barrel of a gun, because the last thing I did, the only bit I managed to get out of it was I will fucking shoot you.
Oh.
And that's when I realised, oh, bugger me, I am looking down the barrel of a gun right now. At this point, I'm punching Rob in the leg while staring this guy out, going, yeah, all right then, mate. I couldn't obviously be scared, and I was just reacting to what was going off, kind of trying to process it, just kind of like, Rob, get us out of here, hitting him, but try not to let that guy see. Yeah. So like, eventually, like Rob then realises, yeah, we need to go, and I just went, oh, whatever, mate, see you later. And we drove off, and then that's when the driver Rob realised, oh no, I realised just what happened. He just drove so quick, and then Lycos just goes from the back and goes, Rob, you literally had just accepted death then, hadn't you? And it just went to him, I think so, yeah, mate. But I was hoping that if he did shoot me, you would have got out of the car and kicked his ass. And he went, well, I don't know about that. And I was just like, yeah, cheers, bro. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Yeah, that was definitely like the most hairy situation. And also, I'm going to use that as a reason why I will always drive. Because I don't want to. Yeah, that was scary, man.
I can imagine. I've actually always been the driver.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I can actually relate to you. Because whenever I don't drive to wrestling shows, something happens.
Oh, there's always something that happens. I mean, I've seen Chris Brooks standing there, like, he needed the toilet. So I was like, okay, mate, like, we're in the middle of the countryside, like, but there's not a services for ages. Just go somewhere a bit out of the way, you know, nature and all that. Whilst he was there, though, we realised, oh, look, there's a horse. So Chris finished having a wee and then decided to feed the horse hummus, which it loved. I just thought, pictured that. We're just sat there waiting for him, and he's feeding a horse hummus after he's had a wee. It's like, we're just looking at him like, Chris, can we go? So I'm just feeding the horse hummus, mate. You know, what a lovely guy Chris Brooks is, by the way, like, for doing that. Because that horse was like, this is the best dinner in the world right now. You know?
Definitely.
But little things like that happen, just little things that will just, you know, make the car ride that bit more fun, and, you know, just little stories to add. Like, there's always something that happens, man. Always.
Definitely. For me, I've probably mentioned this story before on like the broadcast and whatnot. I had somebody in the car with me, and they put their iPhone on the dash.
Yeah.
And I just goes to them, take it off the dash, it'll just slide out the window. No, it'll be fine. Come to a roundabout. Where did the phone go?
Out the window.
Clean out the window.
Oh, dear.
He managed to get out.
Yeah.
Run towards it. The phone was fine until the 4-ton truck hit it.
Oh dear, that's not good.
Oh no, it was like,
Ugh.
oh, not good, not good.
That actually reminds me of being in a ring van in my first year, and
it gets funnier though, because the funny thing about it is, just as it's gone over, it's like, oh, it's got to be dead. You know, it's like, I think that's been killed. They're about to grab it again. Another 4-ton truck hits it. It's like, if it wasn't dead before, it is now.
It definitely is now.
And the biggest shocker was after that, they got the phone in, passed it me. I'm trying to look at it. The back's almost like you can peel it off. And I somehow managed to get the phone to turn on.
And was it functional, or just managed to get it on?
I managed to just get it on, and it rang.
Yeah.
It rang.
Oh.
And because the phone was damaged, it automatically answered. So I'm quickly passing this phone quickly, and they're having to explain. They're gonna have to call them back.
Oh my days! The day couldn't get any worse there, could it?
Oh no. The next question that came up from me was, please tell me you got that insured.
Yeah, definitely have insurance for that. That's one thing I've learned from being on the road is get insurance for your stuff, because it tends to break.
Oh no, the good thing about it is they had insurance, and I was
that's all right. At least then it's a funny story.
Oh,
and not a heartbreaking one.
Yeah, but it was a brand new iPhone as well.
Oh, they're not cheap.
But what is so weird is, I saw it fly out the window. I was like, it looked like they caught it.
Yeah.
Did you get it? It's got out the window.
Uh-oh.
It looked like a comedy show scene.
Yeah, I can imagine that, to be honest. Like, yeah, definitely had a few of those moments. This could be in a comedy show right now.
Yeah. Well, the next few questions I've got for you before we wrap up. I will.
No worries, mate.
Is there anybody who you see as possibly on the rise on the British scene?
On the rise, yeah, definitely. People obviously, like I said earlier, mentioning Drew Parker.
Yeah.
He's like so young, so talented already. Like, I remember the first time I wrestled him, like, I put a fair amount of trust into him.
Yeah.
Because of the moves that I was going to be taking. Like, I knew he was prepared to trust me with what he was doing to me.
Yeah.
It was kind of like mutual trust straight away, and then it was definitely worth trusting each other. Because normally when you wrestle someone the first time, it's not like the full trust. You obviously trust every wrestler you meet, like, because, we're professionals.
Yeah.
But to have that extra trust of him doing his biggest dive that he does, so to speak, on me, because he knows that I can, I'm pretty good when people are diving on me. I'm a big enough target to it. But he knew I'd be there from no matter what. And things like me taking a reverse runner off him the first time I've ever met him, says a lot about the levels of trust. It went well. It was a good match, and we formed a good friendship since, you know what I mean? And he's definitely one to look out for, because, like, the stuff he's been doing down at Attack, I've not had much chance to see the actual thing. Like, I've seen the stuff online, like the gifts or the promotional material stuff, like, and he's, been given something that EC Drew character there, and he's really, like, had a lot of fun with it and had a chance to play around and, like, make something of it. And now as well, like at Lucha Forever where he's working, like, he's just back to being Drew Parker, but, like, he's now coming out as, like, the Urchin Prince, and, like,
I actually saw the Urchin Prince at Wrestle Island.
Yeah, he's started doing it a few places now. Like, things are definitely getting a bit more hardcore for him, so to speak. Like, he's not, that ECF injury, that's just an Attack thing. Like, he's now just, I think, like, we were chatting about it at the gym, like, he really enjoys that kind of wrestling, the more, not necessarily, like, just hardcore wrestling, but, like, he wants to be different, and he wants to stand out, but he enjoys it, like, and if you enjoy that style of wrestling, then do it, because you're going to be good at it, if you enjoy it.
If you enjoy it, run with it.
Exactly.
you'll love it even more.
Exactly, and I mean the match he had with El Ligero for Lucha last week in Manchester. It was just going to be a singles match, and they ended up doing like a little death match kind of thing, hardcore match or street fight match, whatever you want to call it. It was weapons allowed match. Like they tore the house down. Like it was amazing. Like, and I mean, I've seen Ligero in quite a few street fights and hardcore matches. He knows how to bring the best out of people. But like they really did put on a show, and you know, it was good. It started to show that he can do this kind of work. And he can be that kind of wrestler, and he can do all the styles of wrestling. That's the beautiful thing. It's not, you know, but it's good to see him doing something the style he enjoys and doing it well and starting to get himself known for that. So that's definitely something to look out for in the future. Because I think you'll see a lot more of it over the next year.
Definitely. And the last question I will say is, how do you see British wrestling in 5 years' time?
How do I see it in 5 years' time?
British wrestling.
Yeah, the future.
British wrestling.
Yeah, looking good, man. It's looking really good. Like, obviously, there's people like Drew out there still, you know, hopefully he's here. If not, then he's going to be doing other things. But then there's like my tag partner, Carl Kingsley. There's Kid Lycos. All these guys are so young and yet so talented. And like, they're only going to bring other people up that are just starting now. Like, I wrestled a young guy called Alex Cupid last week at Full House. Like, he's from the Projo. And I mean, you know, the trainers down there are phenomenal. And it clearly shows because the guy's good. Like, so much, again, young, got potential. So the scene's only going to be good in 5 years because, you know, it's all, like I was saying earlier about the circle and going, you know, keeping it going. Like, it's the same with the wrestlers as well. Like, we pass the knowledge on and we help each other get better and we all want to get better. And that mentality really is in British wrestling at the minute. And if that mentality can then be instilled in everyone else, like of wanting to just, you know, look at what people before us have made this scene. Like, that's the way I always see it. So, like, it's our job now to keep it going. Like, because, you know, I know that I've got to start stepping up to the next level. There's always a level to step up to, and you've got to keep stepping up, and you've got to keep raising the game, and you've got to have respect for what people have done before you. You know, that's how I always see it. I respect that people have worked their asses off and gave their bodies to this business over here and make the scene what it is today. Because we all know it was dying on its arse after it lost the TV.
Correct.
Right, but then people like Robbie Brookside, like Frankie Slow, like all them guys, all the old, you know, all the guys from, you know, All Star, like everywhere, like they were working their asses off, even through like the FWA, like all those guys, all through the 2000s, like, and right up till now, like, you know, people like Kirby, Rampage, all the top guys right now in the UK, the Gero, all of them are working to make the scene better, and it's about doing it from top to bottom. You know, whether you've been doing it for 10 years, whether you've been doing it for one, respect the business and what people have done before you, and do your very best to make the business good for everyone, for the fans. So, like, you know, we've made Britain a place to work. You know, before it was like, oh, you want to go to America and you want to go to here. Like, granted, I want to go to Japan, but I want to go to Japan and still come back because over here is amazing. Like, you know, we're making it a place to come for everyone to work. And I want to, you know, in 5 years' time, ideally, it'd be amazing to have something like WWE UK as a regular thing, or have something on national TV to just keep it, you know, like, again, going back to earlier, and keep things progressing as a wrestler. Like the same for the business. If we can keep it progressing, so we've got it to this point now where we've had, you know, the pilot for World Sport and we've had WWE UK. Well, now let's, you know, in 5 years' time, let's hope they're cemented. So we've got a good platform for everyone that's coming through now to work and earn good money, and for the fans to watch good wrestling. Like, you know, because that's what got me to be a pro wrestler, was going to see a show in 2012 and going, my God, these guys do it better than what I see on the Fed. So I'm you know, and that's how it all started for me. So that can be replicated again, and people just get into British wrestling. We're the winner. That would be amazing. So 5 years' time, if that's how people are in 5 years' time, I will be happy. If they find mainly British wrestling first over any other kind, because it is literally the best in the world, then that's where that's where I'd like it to be in 5 years. That's how I can see it being there as well. I really can. Because look at how things have got. Like, just since I debuted, look how things have got. Like, they've gone off the roof.
Yeah.
And there's no reason why that can't continue with people working hard, which they are doing now.
I can't. I couldn't agree with you anymore. I really can't, because it has come on leaps and bounds. It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
yeah.
I will say that. So with that, is there anything you want to plug? Anything you want to give any shout outs?
Obviously, I've mentioned a few people in it already, and the people, people who mean stuff to me. They know who they are. People people like Skins, Drew Parker, and Yuckin. They're like my closest friends, and like Carl, they're my boys.
Yeah.
Skins I've known on a personal level more than a wrestling level, if that makes sense, for quite a few years now. Both him and Vicky, his wife, at their wedding and stuff like that. So, but promoting wise, obviously next week on Fight TV, Fight Nation actually start their new TV series.
Yeah.
Which we taped about a month ago. We taped the first few episodes a month ago. That's going to be going out next Wednesday. I think it's 7 p.m. GMT or British Summer Time, whichever one it is. Yeah, get watching that. I don't know if I'm in the first episode. I don't think I am. But my goodness, Fight Nation have built up a roster that's worth watching. And, to have a weekly TV product like that again, there you go. There's the evolution again. There's more companies now wanting to produce TV rather than just the pay-per-views.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
So, yeah, man, it really is, and it's given me a chance to learn how to work that format as well, which is completely different. I definitely expect some surprises when you do watch that. I can't say too much because obviously certain things.
No spoilers, please don't.
No spoilers, but definitely worth watching because there's some good stuff. For myself and for everyone else, to be honest, it really was a pleasure to be a part of it. And I have to actually thank Billy Wood, the promoter, because that guy he's like the Phil of the Phil, Pro Wrestling for You guy.
Yeah.
Billy is much like him. He's put a lot of faith in me, and I am forever thankful for it. Because he's, he was the one who gave me the Jerry Ryan match, which was definitely an experience, and I got to be a DDT champion for about a few minutes, and I beat Tommy Dreamer to do it. How cool was that? I would not think as a kid that I would beat Tommy Dreamer to win a Japanese belt. That's insane. And best of all, in a pile of condoms. How can it get any weirder? But also, how can it get any cooler? I'm sorry, the wrestling fan inside me was just going, this is so surreal, but also cool as hell. So yeah, props to Billy and that Fight Nation. Keep your eye out for them, and they've got some quite a lot of shows coming up over the next few months over the summer. RCWA this Saturday, wrestling Kip Sabian.
Yeah.
Got to get my revenge on him for hitting me with that steel chair.
Definitely.
And yeah, just if you keep an eye on my Twitter, the Robert Sharpe, my Instagram, the Robert Sharpe, my Facebook, just search for Robert Sharpe Professional Wrestler. You'll find me. I'm the guy in pink with the tattoo.
And the whip.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, and my old trusty whip. Never forget that. I've got 8 of them, lying around of all different shapes and sizes. Yeah, I'm on all the social media kind of platforms, so you can find me on there and keep up to date with me. Because I like to think I post regularly and keep in touch with fans and stuff. Also, keep an eye out over the next few weeks for my online store opening as well.
Yeah.
Just waiting on literally another T-shirt design to be finished, and then there's an online store which will have I think that's the 2 current T-shirts that I've got out at the moment. The latest one being the Sharpe Pretty in Pink pen one, and then there's going to be 2 new designs coming out, and also the chance to buy custom signed 8x10s. Things like that on there as well, and hopefully some other merch items as well. But if fans want to get in touch with me about what they would like to see, like, always feel free to drop me a message on social media, because, like, the more I know what the fans want, I will try and deliver that, because to me, it's all about giving you guys what you want, kind of thing. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to entertain you, and, you know, whatever you want, I will try and deliver, so to speak.
That's fantastic.
You know? In and out the ring. In and out the ring.
Exactly. And we couldn't ask you for any more. And I will say, I have to say, thank you for spending the time with us for this interview. We do appreciate it and everything. It's absolutely fantastic, and you know, it's always great seeing you. So I can also say, if anybody ever goes out and sees the name Rob Sharpe or Robert Sharpe, you're guaranteed for a good wrestling show night.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's wicked, man. Thank you.
Well, every time I've been and I've seen your name on the card, I've always been entertained. Always.
That's all I want, mate. If I can entertain you in some form, I'm a happy man. Like, so yeah, that's always a good thing to know, man. I'm glad I'm entertaining someone anyway.
Oh, guaranteed. Well, it's not just myself. You've also got me broadcast partner who I normally do, Nathan. He absolutely finds your work absolutely brilliant.
That's always good to know. I appreciate it, man. I really do.
So thank you very much for your time, and with that, I think this is the wrap of the interview. So I'm Matt Burns. I will say we recommend you always, a bit of a shout out to the UK Wrestle Fan Zone, who always help, who always help produce and advertise ourselves and everything, can help us at times with our interviews and whatnot. So a big shout out to them. We also recommend you check out the UKWA, as they seem to be doing quite well for themselves, especially with the King of the Kingdom Championship. Yeah,
I've also noticed that as well. It's good to see. Hopefully that gold will come around my way soon.
It's got more weight. A few people said the plate looks small. Yeah, trust me. The second you go for the lift, it's got more weight in it.
Hey, at least it will make whoever's the champ have some nice arms. Like, it'll be all good.
Definitely. It's one of them. With me, the first time I saw it, he threw it towards me. It almost yanked my arm out. It almost caught me by surprise.
Yeah, man, those can be deceptive at times.
Very. So, I will say thanks so much for listening to the interview, folks. And we always recommend you check out your local wrestling. So with that, we hope to see you in the next interview or at the next broadcast. So with that, catch you later.